because it's part of the old deal there. Who is supposed to be speaking for the Yoruba people? Then he will start telling you, Nigeria is a big country. There's so many problems we are trying to deal with. So I say, why don't we have electricity in Yoruba land? You know, Nigeria is a big. What's your business with Nigeria as a Yoruba representative? Because they sold the idea to them that there is, once you say you are Nigeria, you don't represent anybody. And you saying you are Nigeria, nobody's representing you. So what do they get for you as Yoruba people? They gave us the terrible deal. Terrible deals that makes our people poorer. No job, no this, no that. Even when they are milking to even develop the resources in Yoruba land for the sake of Yoruba people, Nigeria won't let them do that. You know why? Because it is not supposed to be so. In Nigeria will steal it, sell it, then they will share the money, and they will tell you that Nigeria is a big place. Because you have to share the poverty. They share the money, they share the loot and all of that. But you share the misery, you share the poverty, you share the agony. So that is where these disjointed parties. So if you are now saying you want to hope on anything they put forward, because they're going to put a lot of trash before you, trust me. Oh, you're going to read a lot. Oh, man. And like I said yesterday, your brothers, your sisters are going to come up against you and say, shut up. You don't know what you are talking about. They say, but we want Biafra. They say, do you think Biafra is easy? Peter Obi is going to bring Biafra. Atiku is going to be Biafra. All of these things are going to be thrown at you. And some of you are going to cower. You're probably going to be like, oh, then you're going to hope on them. So what you are going to do when you do that, what you are doing is this. You are experimenting with them for another 4 years, hoping maybe what they are going to tell you now, what they are telling you is going to happen, which is never going to happen. Now you can wait for another 4 years. Do you want to do that? Or you will rather experiment with something that is valuable enough that if you really experiment with it, if you pay attention to it, if you key into it, if you contribute to it, if you walk the talk about it, if you make and build networks of like minds, you are likely going to be more rewarded than the hopeless one, which is always happening every 4 years. The hopeless one that they are going to flaunt at you. The fake ones that they do every 4 years, repeat again and again and again, telling you they are going to make your life better when you know they won't. And you'll be back to the trenches again. Anyway, I thought I should drop those few lines before I leave tonight. But wherever you choose, even our brother Omoyele Showore, who I don't know, is also doing his to help them validate whatever is going to happen. He knows the old trick, he knows the whole thing is rigged and all of that. But Showore, like he said, he will be running. And I actually picked something up. So even if you are running away from all of this, and you are one Nigeria, okay, and you believe that you want to build up too, I think Showore is also close by bet. Just like Peter Obi, Kingsley Moalu, and so many other people who are likely going to make a difference, they are not going to be so even anywhere close. Would it?
The time has come to fight for what is right. We must take a stand to claim back what is ours. Our mumu don't do, our mumu don't do. Sorrow.
So, show is also about to hit the road, okay? And they are going to also, he's also running in 2023. So in all of this, I have chosen to experiment with the possibility and reality of Yoruba nation. I want to join those who wants to add flesh, life to that struggle, make it a bigger movement than it is, and make it obvious in the next couple of weeks and going on to a couple of months as we proceed. So as they are distracting our people with their 2023 jargons, we will also be, flaunting the message of hope, the one that is more realistic, when it becomes when it happens than the bogus what do you call it, bogus castle in the air that Nigeria politicians are going to be building, or they are building for them. So I'll choose that. And finally, I want to quickly say a big thank you to my friends once again on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. We decided that we're going to continue with this fundraiser that we are doing until we meet our target of £50,000. And I think now that we are coming to the end of the month again, okay, it will be ideal if we begin to chip in our, chip in our widow's mite. I don't know if I should call it that, just to remind you. But if you begin to feel like, Maiyegun, you know what, let us close it down, right? I will come here and I will shut it down. But for now, I haven't been asked to shut it down. So I am asking us that the link is there, right there in the comment section. It's tagged at the comment at the top of the comment. You can use it anytime. The PayPal is also still very much open, and you can see that on your screen as well. PayPal means paypal.me/diaspora radio UK. So you can use that too for those who have actually made contribution in the past and they want to do it again. We need to go further. We've been stagnant. And this morning, I got a message, and that message is from the fundraiser as well. All right, and it was from the Ekiti Dallas group. It was quite interesting with that name of the donor. They said, we solidly supported the purpose of this fundraising and hope the aspiration of our united front for self-determination will come to fruition soon. So Ekiti Dallas group, thank you. They actually went there and they jumped the donation by £380. So it's currently on the website, on our link. So I'm going to tell you one or two things about our planned Yoruba Rescue Fund, something I think you will be glad to hear about. A lot of conversation is going on behind the scene on that. And trust me, I have never been so kind of hopeful about something so new and so great that it is going to be so massive in a way. So and that is the Yoruba Rescue Fund. However, we are beginning to think about the name too, because there's some bigger picture here. It's not just about the fund. It is also going to be a platform to also connect the Yorubas and Yorubas worldwide. Get a bit of back end contacts where we can reach out to you. You know what I mean? You can sign up with your mobile number. You can sign up with your email, just the regular, sign up detail. So what we are looking at is that, you don't just go there to make contribution when we set up the Yoruba Rescue Fund. But quickly, let me say something on this. So yeah, I decided to share the screen with you. Ekiti Dallas Group, thank you. And among those who also responded in the last 24 hours, the Olubumi Samuel as well, thank you. There's an anonymous 20 hours ago. There's also another anonymous about 1 day or a day ago. So thank you so much to all of you who have continued to make that link lively. But Ekiti Dallas Group, thank you. That was the one that came in before I came live. So the idea and the concept of right, the link is in the comments, please, if you want to use it. So it's right there in the comment section, okay? So the idea of the Yoruba Fund, Yoruba Rescue Fund, any other name we want to give to it, is just an idea of a centralized fundraiser platform owned by the Yoruba Nation movement, which is to say all of the groups and the Yoruba, as long as you are, whether you are in Nigeria or you are outside Nigeria, where you have your organizations who are doing everything, raising awareness, raising funds, organizing rallies, protests, seminars, and lectures, and all what have you, in the name of Yoruba Nation, right? So this platform is going to be your central point where we can all meet. And when we meet, we will be able to actually donate on our own platform, not like this, not like Give, Send, Go, okay? So on our own standard platform where you can subscribe to the newsletter about Yoruba Nation. So what does that mean? Let me start from the scratch idea behind it. Yoruba Nation movement requires great funding, and that funding must be very, very, very well protected enough that it is safe and accessible anytime that they want the funding, right? So we then came up with the idea of an independent platform like Yoruba Rescue Fund. Okay, now on that platform, right, you can sign up. In fact, you will be advised to sign up from all over the world, where you can use your mobile number or email address, something you can take a message on. Email address would be ideal. Now, when you sign up, you put your location. Oh, I'm based in the US. I'm based in California, US. Oh, I'm based in New York. Oh, I'm based in Canada. I'm currently living in South. You know what I mean? You'll be able to do that. The reason for that is this, so that every other person who has joined the Yoruba Rescue Fund platform, they will be able to know other Yorubas who are interested in the Yoruba Nation, self-determination movement. So you'll be able to reach yourselves in your different cities and all of that. That's not the only way you can meet others, but it's quite an easy way to meet other people from all over the world. Now, the platform will now serve as a means of reaching almost all the Yorubas worldwide. Okay, so if you sign up there, for example, you will receive a regular newsletter. Newsletter are going to be letters from Alano, letters from Deputy Alano, letters from other prominent people who are also going to become members and who are members or part of the Yoruba Nation advocacy worldwide. So they can write to you as Yorubas. The researchers who are Yoruba researchers, they can write to you. And when they write, this is the advantage. It simply means all of us on that platform, if we are like 10 million, for example, let's say we have 10 million Yorubas all over the world who signed up there. That's huge, right? I know it's huge. I want to use my screen to describe this because I'm making some facial expression with what I'm doing because so good. Right? So let's say we have a 10 million. Okay, let's start with a small number. Let's say we have 1 million Yorubas and those who are identified as Yorubas all over the world. And they sign up. And we can with a flick of with a click, 1 million of them can receive newsletters every week, every month, or bi-monthly. Newsletters, messages, requests. They can receive the emails. You will receive the emails, the messages regularly, which will also include updates about what they are doing when they are doing them, upcoming events, mobilizations like, oh, this newsletter goes to all the Yorubas in Canada. If you receive this email, please forward it to other Yorubas and tell them to sign up as well. We will be having a mega rally for the Yoruba Nation, this and that, and it's going to be a mega conference in Ottawa, Canada, or in Toronto, Canada, or it's going, you know what I mean? So that newsletter goes to all. If we have let's say 5,000 or 10,000 Yorubas who have signed up in Canada, these 5,000 and their families, they are aware now that it's going to be a big conference of Yorubas in Canada. They're going to tell all their friends too. They're going to tell their colleagues. They're going to invite them. That newsletter can keep them up to date. And before you know it, thousands of Yorubas and their friends and families, they can always take over any location you want them to go to. Now, that platform will serve for that as well, okay? And the most important, the most important part of the reason why we're putting it together, none of the idea behind the Yoruba Nation can be executed without funding, all right? I have listened to great ideas that the people behind the Yoruba Nation have, ideas on how to make this easier for all of us to key into the real struggle for Yoruba Nation and all of that. You get what I mean now? How do you access information? Who do you speak to? Who do you meet? Where do you send your message to? When you want to ask something, right? when you want clarity or clearance on anything, who do you talk to? All this organizational arrangement and all that requires funding. Serious one. All right. I've been talking to them and I love all the ideas. There are ideas about behind, going diplomatic, sending people on different, diplomatic shuttle meetings and the rest of that. And then, organizing conferences where Yorubas come together all over the world to discuss why do we want to have Yoruba nation. When you have all this going on all over the world, and you increase the optimism and enthusiasm of the people about the subject matter, Yoruba nation, then you get more and more people interested. They begin to ask questions. They begin to attend your seminars. They are Yorubas, of course, but Nigeria has done so much damages on them that they can't believe it until they see or they touch it or they reference it enough. And you need to give them that. To make all of that happen, right, you need great funding. So if you have a platform that can, that can boast of 1 million Yorubas who signed up. Now, 1 million Yorubas, and let's say out of the 1 million Yorubas who signed up on the platform, and you have 500,000 of them who are living abroad, okay? So now put it in two ways. They receive every day updates about what is going on about Yoruba nation and everything. What meeting is going on, where and when, and all of that, right? What, you have all of that every now and then. Then you have a commitment as, what do you call it, as a contributor to the Yoruba Nation Fund. Yoruba Rescue Fund, right? So that obligation is to make sure that all the activities of the Yoruba, self-determination movement never cease. That's the purpose of the fund. Now, put it this way: everybody is putting in $1, and you have 500,000 of Yorubas who signed up abroad. $1 every month. Now, think about that too. $1 every month. That is $500,000 a month. Now, if those who are also, and you have 500,000 Yorubas who have signed up in Yoruba land in Nigeria, and they also decided that no matter what it is, they're going to be putting in every month 100 naira. I don't know how to convert that into any other foreign currency, but think about that. 500,000 Yorubas in Yoruba land, they are putting in 100 naira of their money towards the running of the activities of Yoruba Nation self-determination movement. Now, that will make it a movement, because it is not just a movement, it is a movement with commitment. Now, this is me playing with numbers now. I'm playing with numbers now, and I bet some of you are already following this. Abi? Great. Now, if you now have a base that says we have a fund that has over 5 million Yorubas, and they have at least 500,000 paying member who are funding the movement through the Yoruba Rescue Fund. So just think about that for a minute now, right? $1. You watching me right now, $1. What am I even saying? Let's say $1 in Nigeria is 500 naira. A committed, and you have a platform that has, let's say, 2 million. Let's even just use 2 million now. 2 million members who sign up in the first 6 months. And all of us, the 2 million of us, you don't need to break your neck. You send thousands of naira, thousands of dollars, thousands of pounds sterling to Nigeria, thousands of riyal, thousands of every other currency you spend wherever you are living right now. You send them to your people back in Nigeria. Now think about taking $1 from them, from that money you spend, $1. Now let's play with numbers. 2 million people. Even those who are living in Nigeria, $1, 500 naira, right? Now 2 million people decided that they will be paying $1. That is $2 million, convenient $2 million every month for Yoruba Nation, just without breaking any sweats. Does that make any sense to you at all? I hope it does. So that is the concept, the idea behind Yoruba Rescue Fund. It is to make everyone have a sense of belonging. You know what I mean? When people have no commitment to something, that makes them dip their hands in their pocket towards it, there is always going to be room for compromise. So if you can get people to come together, and put their resources together in what they believe in, you have won. So that is what we want to build for the Yoruba Nation advocacy. And it is a neutral standing platform. If your intention is to promote and work your ass off, do whatever you can in a positive way to make the Yoruba Nation a reality, a lifetime project for you, we will fund you. Do you understand what that means? It simply means when you build it up and all of us signed up to it, and suddenly you have like 100,000 people who are willing to pay $1, £1 towards Yoruba Nation every month, that can conveniently give the Yoruba Nation movement a check of $2 million every month. And that is just from members only who are paying $1. What about those who want to donate? We are building the platform to allow you to also make a personal donation towards the Yoruba Nation struggle. What does that mean? Of course, you've signed up. You are already paying $1. That's so small from what you want to pay. You can then just flip it and make a donation. I want to pay $5,000. I want to contribute $50,000. The platform will take every dollar you want to give, and every penny of it will be as safe as the Gibraltar Rock, as they say. I don't know if there's anything like that, but I just know say something stronger. They say not Gibraltar. So this is the idea behind Yoruba Rescue Fund. But some people are now saying, Yoruba Rescue Fund, rescue. Because I'm already talking to the developer, I'm talking to the expert, I'm talking to the IT guys who are developing these things, guys. I spoke to him today. Honestly speaking, I said, guy, you know what? I can't wait to have you on the line when I'm speaking to Professor Banji Akintoye, Professor Wale Adeniran. So when I'm talking to them and some other people who also talk to me behind this scene, the brain behind this whole thing, before you can say Maiyegun is the face of it. I'm just the face of it. But there are many, many people working behind the scene. And I just feel so happy. I just feel so, I can imagine it. I'm beginning to feel like, yes, so that I can tour the world. I can tour the world and talk about Yoruba Nation without fear of anything. You know what I mean? Yes, a stable funding. That's the platform we are building. And then from what we have, it may take us up to another 6 weeks before we are going to deliver the platform. So what do you think? Yoruba Rescue Fund, Yoruba Fund, Yoruba Diaspora, Diasporans for Yoruba Self-Determination. I don't know, different names. So I'm going to throw it and make it possibility. I'm going to make it a People's Parliament conversation in one of these days, okay? But I've thrown it open to you now. You know the idea now. Now, you see, the final thing about it is that when all of this now come together, you know, you all heard Professor Banji Akintoye when he said that, Maiyegun should make this happen, and eventually Maiyegun is going to be the first official Governor General of Yoruba Nation Fund. And you can even say the first Governor General, what's it called? Yeah, Governor General of the Yoruba Sovereign Fund. Or Maiyegun is the first Yoruba Nation Foreign Reserve Central Bank Governor. Whatever you want to call it is huge. And the same way I just gave you the prototype right now. Now, so I go say, Oh boy, wait. I remember when Maiyegun said, if the members who subscribe onto that Yoruba Rescue Fund, if they should get to 500,000, and all of them agree to be paying $1 or £1. $500,000 be that too. Yay! So those who are doing meetings, committee, and all of those who have the idea of committee for Yoruba Nation. I know most of your committee is how to spend money. See, look at me very well. I know that if you raise money is meant to be spent. Okay? So you see, this fund is going to help the idea you have, which is not just about the money and money and money. We want to take the burden of money off you. Okay? So there's no point in going into any unnecessary rivalry and what have you. You have no idea of what we are building. And therefore, that your idea of your committee doesn't make any sense to us. Do you understand that now? But your committee can work when you probably put together a real plan of how and what direction Yoruba Nation can go, scrutinize them so that when you get funding, you can easily pursue those ideas. Don't go about and start looking for, Maiyegun said, once they build the platform, they can make up to $2 million every month for Yoruba Nation. Yes, I said it, but that doesn't mean that your committee is going to now start thinking, $2 million. We must also now, no, Alaye, Esa, calm down. You should start racking your brain, trying to see, you see all those ideas you have been having about how Yoruba Nation is going to be, how this is going to be, how that is going to be. You should start putting them together and fine-tuning them so that when you have access to funding, you can bring them to life. That's it. So our ideas are noble and our ideas are straightforward and our ideas are just to set a template. How this is going to work out at the end of the day, right, is left to how all of us embrace it, because we must embrace it. We must own it. We must envision it. We must live it. We must, you have to live in it before you can even, before you can make it happen. Well, however it goes at the end of the day, just remember that we will choose our own experiments, and I choose this, and I hope you choose same. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time. I'm not going to be able to take calls. There is something that came up, and I need to attend to that as well. But I hope I'll be able to do same to take calls tomorrow, and then we can possibly talk even further. Choose your battle, and then, or let me say, choose your poison better. So we will choose to fight for self-determination. And thank you so much, every one of you. You can still like the video before you go. All right, share it if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't as well. And I'm going to see you some other time. Until then, good evening and good night to you all.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. Ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.